Hi, this is Dave from Rotch Rides. This is September 17th, 2023. I'm going to be taking a canal ride on my Segway 9bot Max. Pretty gloomy out today. I tightened the rear fender on this yesterday, put a screw through it so it's nice and quiet for a change. Not rattling around anymore. As you can see, I'm driving in drive mode, drive mode. It's gonna take a short little ride today. Keeps trying to, I'm letting my left foot dangle off because my lower back's killing me today, so trying to offset the problem. This does go all the way around. See that? See? This thing's got a peak of 700 watts, so it does carry me up the hills. It's not super fast. Good morning. Hey, puppy. I took this scooter today because this one here goes for forever. The battery is excellent on it. 9bot Maxes are the best. It's got 15.6 amp hour. But I put solid tires on mine, so it's not great if I take it over bumps. Only because I put them on because it came with the air filled tires, but I put them on because I live in the city of Rochester. And in the city, every other block's got like 40 smashed beer bottles on the corner. I was getting too many flats, so I ended up going with the solid tires, but put suspension on front and back. But it's okay when you're on paved roads like this. It's pretty good as long as you don't hit a lot of bumps. Because even though it's got suspension on it, it gives you a little bit of travel. It's still bumpy. I would have brought my electric bike, but like I said, I have a Troxer Skyhopper. How you doing? But my lower hip and my lower back are killing me, so I didn't want to mess it up by pedaling. Hopefully when I'm better in a couple weeks, when the weather gets a little more inclement, I'll be bringing my bike down here. It's got the 4-inch fat tires and 750 watt motor, peaks at around 1,000. The bike's such a smooth ride, but when your hip's bothering you, it's not good to pedal, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you the suspension I put on here. I bought them off of Alibaba. See the front suspension? See, it's got the forks in the front, and I got the spring, which is actually pretty good in the back. The only thing that's not that good is the fender that comes with it, because the fender has nothing to tie it up in the back. It's just attached to the top, so I had to buy one of those one of the braces for the back for the 9x Max. I had to put a screw through it, put some Loctite on it, hopefully it don't come off. A lot of water in the canal. Last time I came down here, but then again, it was the very, very beginning of summer. Last time I came down here, there's hardly nothing in here. Now it's full. I only go through drive mode because I can actually get like probably 26 miles out of this with me on it. The trick is just get it, especially with the solid tires, because it free rolls better than it does with the air-filled tires. It's not as smooth, but it free rolls better. How you doing? Because they're hard. So you just get it up to speed, then just take your thumb off the throttle and let it coast. You get way more mileage out of it like that. I got an Evercross, a Highboy S2 Pro, and this. I used to have two 9x Maxes, but I sold to one of them. I wish I would have kept it. But this here's my favorite one anyway, but the other one I left the air-filled tires on. Pointing. The other one I left the air-filled tires on. It was a lot smoother riding. Didn't have suspension, but with the air-filled tires you don't feel nothing. No bumps, no nothing. How you doing? But these are perfect for getting around the city, or you know, cruising on these canal paths and stuff. They're excellent for it. These canal paths, you see people like the guy in front of me skating. You see people on their e-bikes and their regular bikes and the one wheels. It's a nice way to get away in the morning, get some fresh air. You know, when I'm healthy, I prefer the e-bike because, you know, the tires are nice and smooth. I got suspension on the front, plus I put a 4-inch fat seat on it. I put a scooter seat off my Evercross on my bike, on my e-bike, my Skyhopper. You ride it all day, it don't bother you. But like I said, the muscle right above my left hip is killing me. I hurt myself, getting old. I don't know if I pulled a hip flexor or what, but it is killing me. It takes my breath away. I'm only going to go for like a half a ride today. I'm not going to go the way I usually do. I usually go the whole trip. but I'm not going to do it today just because I'm hurting. It don't pay to be old and then lift tires for a living. I think my new best friend for this next few weeks is going to be Tylenol, even though it's bad for you. I can't take aspirin or ibuprofen because I have a bad stomach. Can't handle it. Every time I get to do that, I get ulcers. Like I said, I usually prefer the exercise of like riding my bike, just so I can keep motion, get in motion. But I don't think I could have did it today. I would have passed out with the pain. That's how bad that muscle pull is above my left hip. See, I'm dangling my leg off the side, like stretch my leg out, try to alleviate some of the pressure on it. Feels like a pinched nerve, but I had to get out. Summer's over. September 17th today. Summer's over. I hate when it gets cold. Morning. People are looking at me like, hey, what's a damn near 60-year-old guy doing riding these scooters? That's all right. I don't know if I knocked my hip out of whack. I might have to go see a chiropractor. I might have knocked my hip out of his joint. I mean, that's how bad it hurts. I didn't fall or anything, but I leaned tires over the back of my truck, and I pulled that muscle on the left side of my body. Like I had tractor trailer tires Friday, and you got to lean them over and drop them off the back of the truck. You test that fender, I tightened up. I know it's just a muscle, but all right, it's still tight. I know it's just a muscle, but still it hurts like hell. I don't think it's a bone. I don't feel any bone on bone. Watch out, little chipmunk. I see you. I'm not going to run you over. good to see everyone getting their exercise out here. It's an awesome path for exercising. Like I said, I like to ride my e-bike and stuff down here just to get exercise, but I wish I could have did it, but boy, today I know I couldn't have. That's why I rode my scooter. It's the lazy man's way today, just for a ride, just to get out of the house. It's Clover Street. I gotta remember this. Clover Street, because I could have. That's where I could have launched next time. Even though this thing's got some, pretty decent suspension on it, you still feel every bump with them solid tires. When you got a bad back, it's like somebody's stabbing you. How you doing? Looks like I'm going this way. How you doing? This is a pretty stable scooter. Stable little scooter. I like this scooter because it's like 4 or 5 inches longer than it was when I bought it, from putting that rear suspension on it. So you could turn sideways to get like I'm getting shots of the canal and stuff now. I'm like standing sideways on a scooter. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's nice out here. The battery's so good I didn't even drop a bar yet. I probably went a couple miles already. And you may say, oh, that's not that great. It is when you're 240, like I am. The regen actually works on these things. This and my Highboy got the best regenerative braking. That Highboy S2 Pro for a little dinky scooter, that thing, the regen brake is awesome. So's the Segway though. This thing here is awesome too. Like I said, the key thing is just give it the juice and then just let it scoot like you're riding a regular push scooter. Get it up to speed, which is like 12 miles an hour in the drive mode, and then just let it off. Going down hills, let it regen. That's it for me. I'm going to head back. I don't want to go all the way to Pittsford. Not because I can't. Look, I got 5 bars of battery. It's not that I can't do it. It's just that with my hip, that big hill there, on my way back, I'd have to push this up the hill, and with my hip, I don't know. I don't want to test it. I only wanted to get out just for a little bit today, just to get out of the house. This is a lot better. I'm gonna check that fender again, make sure it's not loosening up. I only got one. I did put blue Loctite on it, but it's still firm, still good. That's why I like this scooter. Look at that battery level. You could take this scooter if it's fully charged and ride around the city all day with it. As long as you're in drive mode and you're not driving it, up lots of hills. I'm gonna try standing on that hip. Hopefully it don't fucking hurt me. Pardon. Shouldn't have swore. Try going on YouTube. The boats over there, I think they rent the boats out over there. That's a weird feeling. It finally dropped 1 bar. See? Finally dropped 1 bar. But that's a lot of riding. Now I'll put it into sport mode. Now I got it in sport mode only because I need that 700 watts for climbing this hill. Wait a minute. I want to get a little picture here of the lock. A lot of power, a lot of water, power in that water. You tell somebody had their e-bike down here, I see the knobby trails. Somebody had their e-bike down here. Had the same tread marks as like my Troxus. I keep mentioning the name Troxus because in my opinion, they're one of the best e-bikes for the money. They put Tektro brakes on their Samsung batteries. I'm gonna baby it. Cool looking dog. Hey, Bubby. How you doing? Get my finger out of the way of the shot there. Canal looks nice today. In the little pond. In the sport mode, I mean, it takes me up just about any hill. But you're getting the full 700 watts out of it. Plus it goes, it'll go 18 miles an hour on the straights. I don't usually run it that fast on the trail because there's a lot of people usually around. Not only that, it takes a lot of juice out of your battery. But if you get it up to speed, I'll show you. Then just stay out of the way, chipmunk. See, then I can just let it coast. It's really good, like when you're riding on these fast, because it has solid tires. You ain't got to worry about getting a flat or your battery dying, because this thing, you ain't gonna kill the battery on this thing. These are perfect old man bikes. That's why they suit me fine. Don't get me wrong though, when my back feels better, I try a one wheel too, even though I'm freaking old. I seen a 70-something-year-old guy riding a one wheel down at Charlotte Park in the beginning of the summer. I'm not kidding you. He had to be 70 years old. And me being an old man myself, he was like my freaking hero. It's like, holy mackerel, you're in your 70s and riding a one wheel. I can see riding these kick scooters. I mean, because anybody can ride these. They're balanced. You know what I'm saying? You have nothing to do with it. They're balanced. Anybody can ride them. I'm just zigzagging, saving this thing some juice. But I want to save up the money and get the new Go Tracks. I think it's a GX2 or something like that they call it. Because they're big too. They're about this size, only way thicker, and dual motor. I do like 35 miles an hour. Thanks be to God for letting me get out for another day. Let me ride these things. With me hanging my left leg off of the scooter every once in a while, it's actually helping it. Stretching that hip muscle a little bit. I walked my dog this morning, but I usually walk her like a mile. She didn't want to walk. She's 12 years old. She only wanted to walk about a half a mile today. We're both getting old, me and my daddy. Good morning. How you doing? Young people, they smile and smirk because they can't believe that an old man like me is riding a scooter. They got to think to themselves, who's it best for, right? If you're young, you got all kinds of energy. You can run the track, or like I do with my bike. When I ride my bike, it's just as big a cheating as riding this scooter, because on those e-bikes with that 750 watt motor, it goes up to 1,000 watts. You're not even really pedaling. I put it in pedal assist 5 and put it in gear 7. I'm doing like 28 miles an hour. 26 to 28. I don't know what they said the top speed is on it, but still, you're going way faster than I am on this scooter. But the newer scooters, like the one I want, is way super expensive. It's $1,500. But 35 miles an hour, capable, air-filled tires, you know, as long as they're not tube tires, you know, if they're tubeless tires, that's good. Tubeless tires with slime in them. I like, what do they call that, flat out. I like flat out better than the slime. I just think flat out's better. I'm zigzagging a little bit just so you can get some views. Must be nice to have money like some of these people out here in Pittsford and parts of Henrietta, where the canal is your backyard. That's nice. But I want a scooter that'll do like 35, 40 miles an hour. Can't afford it right now, but I'd like to have like the Segway GT1 or the Go Tracks. I actually prefer the Go Tracks GX2 or whatever it is. I'd actually prefer that. A little bit faster than the GT1, and by the looks of it, better suspension, believe it or not. Looks more of an off-road, you know, off and on-road scooter. That's what I like, because if I want to take it off-road, I want to be able to have that ability to do so. On pavement, this thing's smooth as can be. I think I'm only one more ramp up for my car. Yep. There it is. PT Bruiser. What's going on, Tom?
Hey, Dave, sorry I got back to you. I still, you know, tomorrow, Tuesday will be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But, you know, since Johnny died, but I still don't even know, because the lady did, his ex-wife, whoever the fuck she calls herself.
Yeah, Mary.
And his son, yeah, they did a GoFundMe page because he didn't have an insurance policy, so started doing that because she didn't have the money. And I think it's